Hello Americans and other friends and subscribers around the world. We're the Idaho Hillbilly channel, and we're also Homestead Homies.
And you're watching Off Grid with Doug and Stacy.
Welcome to Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. Today's story time. Did I ever tell you that one time how I got mulch for my Back to Eden garden like a boss? Okay, so I'm what am I? I'm 6'5", 6'4", 6'5", and you can see that it's taller than my head. And I'm going to show you some other views, and you can see that it's a pretty large pile. So you guys, most of you guys know if you follow our channel that I was involved in the lawn care landscape business. So I called up one of my buddies, and you know, some of the tree trimmer guys we got around here, they're not, you know, I thought some guys were going to drop some mulch off, and they ended up not doing it. They never came back around. Because, you know, we have a pretty sparse area around here, even if they're trimming for the power lines. In my particular area, the power lines are there's no trees around them. So they don't really, you know, focus on this area. So if I see them coming through here, they're going somewhere or they're coming back from somewhere. So I always try to catch them and see if they'll dump me some piles. And I thought I had really a good chance at one time. You might have saw it in a video. I think I even mentioned it. And they just never came back. So I thought I was, you know, going to get some, and I didn't. So I called in the buddy card, called my buddies that run like a mulch business. And I told them what was going on, and they said sure, they'd love to help out. So, did I ever tell you the time that I had two 18-wheelers in my backyard on the homestead at one time? So he sent the guys up this morning. It was bright and early, 7 o'clock, and there was a lot of dew on the grass today. So he came down the drive, and you know, he got on the side of the cabin just fine. He backed down the whole way, avoided our clothesline. I mean, the guy he drove like a champ. Hats off to him, much respect. You know, it was an 18-wheeler. I mean, it's just not like a regular dump truck, right? So he backs up along the fence line, and he's, you know, I got a big pine tree over there. He's missing that. I mean, he's doing a really good job. So what happened was, though, he had momentum going, and then when he got into the grass, everything was fine. But we have a pretty steep drop off here, right? So as he was starting to back up, okay, hold on, let me start over. On this 18-wheeler, you can actually move the rear wheels. He hits some magic button inside, and it moves the wheels closer to the cab, or it moves them further to the end of the 18-wheeler. Because when he first started to back in up at the road, he hit the switch, and man, I thought his axles were falling off his truck. I'm like, hold it, hold it. So he backs it in. So the reason why they do that is to take the weight off the back end and put it at the front end, or vice versa. Okay, so he wanted to move them up forward, which would take the load off of his tractor trailer area and put more load behind the wheels back here. So for short turns and sharp turns and stuff, that's how you do it. So he bosses his way all the way down here up against the fence and everything. And he kind of he's ready to go, man. He's gonna shoot up this little lane that we've already talked about and designated, and he straightens out the truck really good, and then he stops. That was it. So what happened was, with the truck being totally straight, he didn't readjust his wheels to get the weight back more to where he would have more control at the cab level. And the grass was just wet enough to cause his tires to spin. So he tire spins, and then he creates a rut, and then we try to go back and forth. And then he was like, oh, I better stop. So he calls his buddy with a big tractor, and his buddy comes over here. You know, it takes him a little while. And because he lives kind of close to us, oddly enough, the guy who drove the 18-wheeler knew some people around here. So he comes with a 4-wheel drive tractor and couldn't budge it. Right, so he had to call into the company, my buddy, and tell him that he's stuck in my yard and needs a wrecker. This is where it gets interesting. So the wrecker shows up, as you can see, one of those great big huge like 18-wheeler wreckers, you know, tow trucks. And so they pull out their cables and they get it all hooked into the back of the truck. There's like 3-4 hours already gone by, right? So they hook it onto the back of the truck, and they're able to get him out, obviously, right? So you know, they pull him out and get him kind of going, and then they back out and they leave. You know, they leave him room to get in, and they guide him in, and then he dumps the load. Okay. So this 18-wheeler, it has what you call a walking floor. Okay. So what happens is the floor is on these like stainless steel like tracks, and then the one track moves forward, one track moves forward, and they just go forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, and that causes the whole 18-wheeler to dump out onto the ground. Okay, so it's pretty cool. Then there's like this, almost like a wall, but it doesn't really push. It's just kind of, it's being walked along, and it helps dump the very end, last piece of everything out. As you can see, it cleans out the truck. I mean, there's hardly any mulch that I paid for, you know, that he brought up here in there anymore. Here we have our pile of mulch finally delivered, so we can get this stuff down, and we're gonna show you guys you know, our back to Eden garden, how we're doing it, and why we decided not to go with cardboard. Okay, we didn't put any cardboard down. So a lot of you guys are familiar with Paul Wheaton, and oddly enough, I had already kind of came to this conclusion by myself. So but I was watching something he was talking about, and he was talking about, you know, the cardboard boxes. You know, there's a lot of foreign material, so to speak, on there. There's the glues, and there's even tapes, and then there's the print and all this kind of stuff. So it just kind of, I don't know, I was already there. Me and Stacy had already been talking about it, so I just decided, you know, we're going to do this method with no cardboard. Okay, so we laid our big tarps down like you saw last year, and we killed off all of the grass underneath, and then anything that grew up like right now for spring, I hit with my weed dragon. It's a device. It's designed to kill weeds and stuff. It runs off a propane tank, and what I'm doing is, I don't want to burn it up to oblivion or anything, but if I can change the molecule structures in it, okay, that's going to kill the plant too, and then I'm going to put the mulch over the top of it and smother it out. Okay, so we have our mulch here. You guys are going to see some more updates on the greenhouse. We're moving right along. You know, it's this is a lot of stuff, man. I'm trying to film for you guys and bring you along, but also I'm trying to stay moving because I got to get moving. This is it. I mean, we're in our planting time, so we've had some stuff in the greenhouse. We got them all sprouted up. We're working on some other stuff. Next couple videos, you'll see us like spreading out this mulch. I'm putting in a secure area. You're going to see that to secure our food forest. And so just stay tuned. We got more gardening videos coming on. I promise you guys. I know you want to see it, but I just wanted to tell you how I get mulch like a boss. It was an interesting story. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We'll be speaking at Baker Creek Seed Company at their Spring Planting Festival. That's in May, just a couple weeks away, 7th and 8th, I believe. You can check the link down below for the times. We're actually speaking on the first day under the big white tent at 2:30, I believe, and then at 1:30, and then the next day on Monday we'll be speaking at 2:30. So we hope to see you guys there. Otherwise, hit the subscribe button if this is your first time to our channel. Follow us along in our adventure. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you on the next one.
Hey guys, thanks for watching our video. You might want to check out these videos.
And if you want to become a homestead homie, click the picture of us below.
We will see you tomorrow.